Welcome back. Being a former journalist, I was intrigued when I saw and heard about the Fishwrapper. So I knew that I needed to talk to them and find out more about it. So Kathleen Currie is with me, and she's going to tell us the story behind how this all got started. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So what is the Fishwrapper?
The Fishwrapper is a free monthly community arts and entertainment newspaper.
Love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it. When did you realize that this area, and what areas do you actually cover?
We cover basically the Seaway Valley. So Kingston to Cornwall, up to Kempville, down through Athens kind of area.
Right.
So pretty large.
That is large.
Geographical area, yeah.
Oh my heavens, it is indeed. So when did this idea come about? Obviously, you like artists, and it's a lot about artists. And did you start it because there wasn't one around like it?
That was mostly the reason.
Okay.
So about 2019 or so, we saw The Hum, which is a fantastic monthly paper that covers the Ottawa Valley. And as soon as my husband and I saw that, we're like, oh, we really need something like this here. We spent our entire 20s in Toronto, and our lifeblood was Now magazine, and we loved that magazine, and I wanted something like that again. Mm-hmm. So we talked about it for a really, really, really long time. It took us 3 years of talking about it to decide we were going to actually do it. And then finally told enough people that we had to. So it's like, okay, so everybody knows about us, and now we have to make it happen. So then, yeah, we just hit the ground running and started it last March. So this March is our first anniversary.
First anniversary. Yeah. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, I would imagine it has been very well received, because we have, like our community, it's artists. We have a lot of artists.
Yes, huge artist community.
We do indeed.
And huge artists in community in all aspects, music, literature, everything. It's amazing how much hidden talent there is around here. And that was a really key part of it. Is first of all, we wanted people to be able to find out what was going on. And second of all, we want to really celebrate and expose these fantastic people that are sort of just hidden in different parts of the Seaway Valley. So,
well, they are.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
and well, looking through, and I got your January edition, and I was looking through it, and I thought, oh, I never heard of that person before. Oh, that one I have. Yeah. So yeah, it's nice to realize that all of this talent is just right here.
Yeah. No, it's amazing.
It is indeed. So now you have contributors, right? You have some writers that are contributing to this.
Yeah, we've been really lucky. We have some fantastic regular columnists. If I could name a few of them, I would love to. So, yes. And they all came to us, which was fantastic.
Oh, that's nice.
It was been really, really organic in that people have been really interested and wanted to be a part of it from the beginning. So we've got Carolyn Bennett, who she is a journalist and a comedian, and she does regular third-page columns for us. So a lot of times when there's things going on at the Brockville Arts Centre, she'll do the interviews, and that's fantastic. Stacey Case, who runs the Rock and Roll Print Shop in Cornwall, is just an amazing character. I love him. He's great. He jumped on board right away. Alex D from tribe.ca, which is a magazine that people should check out.
Yes.
He writes for us regularly. And Suzanne, whose last name is suddenly escaping me.
It's okay.
She does the Who's That Girl column, which I love. She is doing a fantastic job of researching these women in art who are completely unknown and forgotten. Amazing stories that she finds every single month. So,
and I also noticed you have authors in there too, because Dennis Stein was in there, wasn't he?
I was just going to mention Dennis as well. So this is, we're still growing, and one of the things that we really want to do is have a real literary section. There's a whole underground of writers here, and Dennis has been great in providing something to sort of start that happening. So we have a small group of writers that are just starting to get together, where they're called the Tail Spinners. And they meet, and part of what we're hoping they're going to be able to do is help us curate the literary section of the newspaper once that starts to get going. But we need more pages and more advertising to make that happen. There's only so much space, and so that's what we're working towards is having a good literary section.
Right. Yeah. So tell us about the calendar, because that's in the center. Is it the center?
Yeah, it is in the center. It's a challenge. We might change some things up on that, but the main thing is we wanted to have a calendar where people could let us know what was happening. So any events that are coming up that you want in the paper, just send them to us and we will get them in for free. There is no charge for
There's no charge for the calendar.
No charge for the calendar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody has something, where do they send it? What's you send it via the email, or
email is preferred. I have some people sending me things through social media. That gets really complicated to stay on top of. So info@thefishwrapper.ca. Eventually, you will be able to submit things through our website, which is thefishwrapper.ca. But for now, info@thefishwrapper.ca. Come to me.
Talking about your website, I did notice that there's going to be different areas that will be growing over time. And I think one of them is the press releases or media releases. Yeah.
So we aren't ever really going to put the paper online as a whole. The content that's in there, part of it being in print is we as are fairly artistic people have a real strong belief in the power of print and the power of something tangible. But you have to have an online presence for people to be able to find you and see what you're all about. Yeah. So the only things that we're putting on there are the covers. There will be a section to upload press releases. There will be a section to upload calendar events, things like that. We just started this website like 2 months ago, so there's many pieces that are broken. I keep telling people, if you do something and it's not working, let me know. But it will eventually get to more. There'll be more there.
That's nice though. That's really nice.
Yeah,
because for press releases, it's nice to be able to know what is coming up. And if you wanted to attend, you could.
Yeah.
So that's great. Covers.
Yes.
I love where do those ideas come from for the covers? Like, whoa.
A lot of it depends on what the story is. And sometimes, for instance, Holly Cole, she's a big name. She has pictures she wants out there, and we get a choice of which ones we want to use. So we put those together. We're still kind of flying by the seat of our pants and putting together the paper the month before it goes out. So
are you finding that there is something that it just jumps out at you and it says, I'm going to be on the front. I want to be on the front.
Yeah.
Do you find that?
Certain things do. There's been a couple of times where we didn't have a person. So I had a picture that I really liked, and we put that on as well. So we had to learn InDesign in order to do this, Adobe InDesign, and that was really challenging. We had a really good friend, Rob Greenwood, who spent a weekend showing me the basics and then let me call him panicked every time I didn't know what I was doing. And being able to play around with that really helps with the cover, being able to place things where I want them and put things over top and layer. It's been really helpful.
But you know what's nice about it? You did it.
Yeah.
You did it, and people are welcoming it.
Yes, it's been really good reception. Really happy with the way people are happy with it.
So, well, yes, you do. Every newspaper has a deadline. What is your preferred? Deadline.
Preferred deadline is the key word there. I prefer to get things in by the 20th, so that gives me enough time to sort of place them and get my layout going. But as you know, anything that has a deadline, it always gets pushed out. So the last 2 weeks of the month are pretty hectic. But the earlier the better for everything. Okay. It's more likely. Also, we run out of space. So if you don't get things into me in time and I don't have space for it, I can't put it in. So that's the other key thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Only so much can go into it.
Yeah.
And, so you have been, you have advertisers, you have people that are coming to you and saying, hey, I want to be in your Fishwrapper.
We do.
Yes, because it's new, it's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a great market if it's going all the way to Cornwall that way and that way to Kingston. I mean, that covers a lot of area.
No, it does. It's been fantastic. And we're really hoping over the next year we can grow the readership further and get more distributors and places for it to go. we're going to be actively looking for volunteers to help us with distribution, because it's a lot of work getting it out to all those places.
Yes.
We have some great people who are helping already. We also have a lot of people who are sponsoring. Well, not a lot. We have a few people who've been really, really great right from the beginning, have sponsored the paper and sponsored columns so that we can keep going.
Good.
So we're going to be hopefully finding more people like that.
And I'm sure there'll be more people that, will want to submit to this newspaper, even if it's a one-off.
No, which is fantastic.
Tell your story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's what people want to read. They
Exactly.
want to read what you're doing and how do you do this? How do you do that? So going forward, where do you see in about another year? Like this is pretty good in a year. This is good. Like next year at this time, what do you hope that?
Next year at this time,
Yes.
I hope that we have increased the size of the paper at least by 4 pages. You sort of have to do it in groups of 4. So at least by 4 pages, that we'll have a regular literary section, because there's a real need for that. We get a lot of things in that we can't print because we don't have space for it. So I'd love to have that. Hope to double at least the distribution. So I'd like to be closer to 5,000 or 6,000. And just continue to have people enjoy it and love it. That's all that we really want from it. So.
Well, I'm sure that your dreams are going to come true, because people do like it.
Excellent.
They absolutely love it, and I can see that it will be growing.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, sitting down with me. I really do appreciate it.
No, thanks so much for having me.